Ethics is defined as the ideal method of behavior, a simple turn of phrase for something that the human race has puzzled over for thousands of years. Ethics has been the goal of every philosopher, scholar, and thinker that has walked this earth. 271 days ago, I began my own peregrination into the wide world of morality and study of ethics. My morals have been tested and tempered by this class, particularly in secular ethics like deontology and social issues like abortion and the death penalty. Deontology is an ethical system developed by Immanuel Kant during the Enlightenment era of European history. Kant believed that moral actions followed an immutable set of universal laws, that no exceptions could be made. This formula of universal law stated that you should act only according to that maxim that can, at the same time, become a universal law, which meant that the motivations for a supposedly moral action have to be motives that everyone could have. This kind of thought exercise made me more aware of the reasons behind my actions. It helped me recognize when I acted only in my self-interest and against the welfare of others. Another interesting facet of Kantian ethics are the requisites of moral action. Kant thought that for an action to be moral, the action needed to be taken for the sake of morality and morality alone, no outside consideration whatsoever. The field of applied ethics is where our class spent the overwhelming majority of its second semester. Of all the topics discussed, abortion is probably the one I have changed the most on. Before this year, I would have claimed that abortion should be illegal, except in cases of rape and incest. However, the single most impactful week of this class came during our abortion unit, and it's where my stance on it was irreversibly altered. It started with reading the testimonials written by children of rape. I came to a fundamental realization then about aborting rape babies. Such an action would quite literally be making a child pay for the sins of their father. The second difficult thing I had to read was about a couple who had carried a doomed child to term. The infant in question had been diagnosed with an extremely rare congenital disease that would result in death in no more than a few months. Despite such a heartbreaking turn of events, the couple decided to carry the pregnancy to term, hoping that her organs could be donated to other children. Sadly, Emily was stillborn. Only her eyes were saved for transplantation. Since then, I have taken a hardline stance against abortion. The procedure should only be considered in the firmest circumstances and when the mother's life is unreasonably threatened. For all the change I have undergone these last 9 months, if there is one issue I have stayed resolute on, it is the death penalty. That's not to say that the American criminal justice system is perfect. For one thing, we have overly harsh sentencing on a myriad of different crimes, chiefly drug possession. Additionally, I don't believe that an individual's life should be over just because of a misdemeanor or light felony charge. I think restorative justice could be used very effectively in many cases. Forgiveness, I understand, is the epitome of Christian morality. Regardless, some people don't deserve it. There will always be truly evil people out in the world, individuals who succumb totally to the heart of human darkness, serial murderers, rapists, and the like. As unchristian of me as it is, these people don't deserve to live. Life in prison or any other lesser sentence is not justice. If there is one thing, above all else, that I have gained from this ethics class, it is my ability to think ahead about my actions, motivations, and consequences. It is difficult for me to admit, but I cared very little about the effect of my actions on others, positive or negative. I only ever thought about myself. If nothing else, this class has taught me to be less selfish, more aware and more sensitive to the people around me. Of course, I don't always do the right thing. Honestly, it's a 50-50 split most days, but I feel like I'm on my way to becoming a moral person for the first time.